everybody. Today is Saturday, November 16th. It's 9:57 a.m. I got an offer from DoorDash to go to Great Harvest Bread. I'm going to get $7 for 2.7 miles. So far, today has been really slow, especially for a Saturday. I turned the app on at about 9 and nothing came in, and I took a little bit of a break and had some breakfast because there wasn't much going on. And the app has still been quiet. And so this one finally came in that was sort of pretty good. It was $2 for every mile, but I'm gonna have to go to McDonald Ranch, so that's not so good. All right, we're here. Let's head on inside. Was not ready, but it didn't take more than about 5 minutes to get it. And then I had to take a picture of the order, and the girl that handed me the food, she got all startled, like she didn't want to be in the photo. It's like, you're not going to be in the photo, girl. I'm just taking the picture of the food. Don't panic. She saw me flip my phone towards the bag, and I just did a close-up of the bag. And she got like, oh no, I don't want to be in the picture. I'm like, oh my gosh. You never know how people are going to react. It's like, maybe she's new. Maybe she's never done. Maybe she's a person that's never dealt with delivery people before. But she's like, oh, she's like, you need to confirm the order. I'm like, okay, well, I need to take a picture. And I just turned and she got startled. So that was kind of funny. I'm like, why would you get startled? Don't you see this every day where the delivery drivers come in from DoorDash and the app says you've got to take a picture of the order? It's like, okay. Oh well. Anyway, we're going to be going 6 minutes from here, 2.3 miles. It's a house and it's a leave at the door. Yeah, just pretty much a standard delivery. The only concern as usual is getting past the guard, and if there's going to be any complications, which there shouldn't be. I just don't know how many people are going to be at the guard gate, so that's always the concern. In fact, when I saw this offer come in, I was like, should I take it? It's only $7 and I'm going to have to deal with the guard at the McDonald Ranch. So I hesitated for a minute. And I thought, no, it's met the metrics, and I just kind of want to get the day going because it was already almost 10 a.m. So I was like, just take it, and whatever happens, and it's all a part of the day. So I'm like, whatever. And the current temperature is 57 degrees. There isn't any wind today, which is awesome. There was a lot of wind yesterday. Of course, I just started, so I'm getting terrible miles right now. I'm getting 38 miles to the gallon, and that's only because I just started. I've only put on a couple of miles so far, so we just started, everybody. It's just going. And then this morning I did shopping at Walmart, and I was really confused. I thought the coming week was going to be Thanksgiving. Because, normally it's the third week in November. So there I was like, oh, I hope you have a good Thanksgiving to the person at the cash register. And they're like, oh, you too. And then I realized, oh, wait a minute. Thanksgiving's not till next week. Why am I wishing people a happy Thanksgiving? I got thrown. But it was all good. And I was having a whole long conversation, about what are they going to make for Thanksgiving? They're probably like, this guy's a little early. What's he talking about? But whatever. It happens. And then nothing too exciting happened inside of Walmart. It was the usual crowd of people. Some people pushing their carts really slow. Some people driving like they're in a race. Like they're in a game show. Like how many groceries can you put in your cart in the shortest amount of time? and you're just trying to dodge them and hope they don't crash into you with their shopping carts. So that's pretty much it. That's all that happened at the market. And then I had a problem with my Disney Plus account where I was trying to watch something and it logged me out. I was trying to like optimize my Fire Stick, so I was clearing the cache out of every app that was on the Fire Stick, and it caused problems, I guess, or something, because the app would not let me log back in. No matter what I did, it would not let me log back into Disney Plus. And so I was getting so frustrated after I spent a couple of hours trying to log in, and it turned out it was the app. It was buggy. I had to uninstall it and reinstall it. I was so mad. I'm like, I can't believe it was something that's so stupid. Like, I tried restarting the Fire Stick. I tried logging in from multiple devices. I was like, what is wrong? It's like, no, it's just on their end. The app got a bug in it. Anyway, we're here at McDonald Ranch. Let me get ready to tell the guard who I'm here to see. Hello. Thank you too. Oh, he was really fast. He's good at typing. The last person I was here, they scanned the back of my driver's license, but he just typed it in. He must have super typing skills. All right, we're not going that far into McDonald Ranch. It's just gonna be the second right, so not this right, but the next one. And yeah, this is gonna be like maybe a third or fourth house. So this is gonna be a real brief blip into the land of $1 million homes. So is it this house? I think it's the one with that mailbox. See that mailbox way in the distance? It's that one. Yeah, I've been here so many times. Okay, we're here. Let's do this. Complete delivery steps. Confirm that it's the right order. It's the right order. I've only got one order. Why would I have to confirm? Alright, let's do it. Well, that was good. I got an extra 50 cents, so it was $7.50. So that's cool. Oh my gosh. Ooh, this Cybertruck looks terrible. It's got all kinds of fingerprints on it. DoorDash, $7.50 for 7.6 miles. That's a no. That is a no. Get out of here. Let's make our way back to home base, and maybe something else will come in. It is Saturday. I mean, it's supposed to be busy. $22.05 for 10.4 miles. Daddy Donut. Oh God. Oh, it's gone. Thank God. I didn't want to do it. It was going to this really bad part of town. I'm like, please, somebody take it. And somebody did. So good for them. Enjoy your money. Enjoy your money. I didn't want it. And it was to a donut place. One of these high-end donut places. But it was not a high-end area. I'm like, whoever's ordering that. And maybe it is. Maybe sometimes they have pockets of nice areas and areas that aren't so great. But I don't really feel like leaving my area. I mean, I would have, if it had been like a regular offer, you know, where it's like blinging through Uber Eats, it's got bling, 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 then I'd been like, well, it meets the metrics, I'll accept it. But since it was a Trip Radar, somebody else grabbed it, and if nobody grabbed it, I would have tried for it, I guess, ultimately, as long as it was still there after I did a screen capture. But thankfully someone else took it, and it took it out of my hands where I didn't have to worry about it anymore, because I was torn. I didn't know if I wanted it, but I didn't want it. You know what I mean? I'm like, I wanted the money, but I didn't want to drive all the way outside of my zone, only to have to drive all the way back here to civilization. So it's all good, no big deal. So anyway, it's still all quiet, and then the delivery, of course, went just fine. There was no unexpected surprises. I think I was there in yesterday's video. I think. I mean, it was just so simple. I just walked up the steps, and they had like a ledge where you can put the orders, like at almost at waist, at shoulder level or chest level or whatever, depending how tall you are. And so it made it real easy for the customer to see it the moment they opened up their door. Uber Eats, $8.61, 14.3 miles. No. So that was just a real simple one. And thankfully there was nobody at the guard gate, so I was through no problem at all. So I don't know what my strategy is going to be today, other than $6.50 minimum, $2 for every mile. I don't know if I'm going to put a maximum number of miles to drive. $5.52 for 9.4 miles. No, I don't know if I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to try to just limit the area that I'll deliver in. So definitely, of course, nothing near Sunset Boulevard, nothing north of the airport, and then of course nothing. Well, that was it. The offer that just came in, that was for $20. It was north of the airport, so it's like there's an imaginary line that runs completely across Vegas that I will not cross. So I will go east and west, but I will never go north of Sunset Boulevard. So that's sort of the imaginary line that I've created where I will not pass it, because I have nothing but problems going beyond that point. And it doesn't matter where that particular point is, if it's far east or far west. Anytime I go past that point, it's always a problem for me. I don't like the neighborhoods that I'm delivering in, and the traffic to come back is a headache, because it's the 215 freeway is not easily accessible anymore. You've got just all street to come back. So that is why I sort of created that boundary. So far, it just looks like it's going to be a slow day. I don't know how late I'm going to work today. I should probably work until 1 o'clock. DoorDash, $6 for 2.1 miles. That's a no, because it doesn't meet the minimum of $6.50. So that's a no. Yeah, I don't know if I want to work past 12 o'clock or what I want to do. It's Saturday, and I'm not sure how I'm vibing today. I kind of feel like I want to have a short day, but I think what I'll do is I'll just, as it gets close to noon, I'll just pause the app and I'll take a break and then just see how I feel about continuing. You know, just depending on how many offers I get in the next couple of hours. It's like, of course, if I hit goal, I'm going to shut it off. But if it's super slow, I may just keep it running past 12 after I take a break at 12. Like, I'll just take like take some time, like I'll pause the app and I'll just watch some TV for a while and just see how I feel. And if I feel like dashing again or whatever, I'll just unpause it and continue. But right now I don't know, because it doesn't feel very busy, and it's Saturday, so I feel kind of like lazy. I have a lazy feeling that I can't shake today. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. The time is 10:14 a.m. It's 55 degrees. I only have 4.5 miles on the car. It just started, and I'm getting 45 miles to the gallon. The time is 10:51 a.m. and I got an offer from DoorDash. I'm going to be going to Great Harvest again. I'm going to get $11 for 5.5 miles. Well, it's still slow, everybody. I don't know when it's going to get any better, but so far it is slow. And we're going back to the same place that I was just at for the last delivery. So, yeah, not a very exciting day. But I'm just gonna make the most of it. Do what I can to make it a fun day. So let me park here and let's go back into the exact same place we were just at. No problem. Thank you. Well, everybody, the order was ready, so I didn't have to wait really much at all. So there was a person in front of me that coincidentally is parked right next to me. And they got their order at the exact same time I got my order, and then we ended up being at the door at the same time. So it's just the way it works sometimes in the universe. But no big deal. So now I'm headed off to what I believe is a house 11 minutes from here. It's going to be a 5-mile drive, and it's going to be just to leave at the door. Pretty simple. And at home, I was just watching Agatha All Along on Disney Plus, and I'm at the second to last episode, and so far it's been good, no problems. And then no problems, like it's a delivery, and no problems with Agatha All Along. So yeah, so I was doing that, and then I was watching some old reruns of The Love Boat, just because I like looking at all of the actors who they're no longer with us, they've since passed, but it's fun to go back in time and see all of these big movie stars that were at the time that are now guest stars on The Love Boat. So I always enjoy watching that show, just to see all the faces that I usually will see on Turner Classic Movies when they were young, and of course when they're on The Love Boat they're all much older. The one I was watching today, it had one of the ladies, she was one of the Munchkins on The Wizard of Oz, and then the other guy, he's been in a lot of stuff, but I mostly know him from an old kids TV show called Dr. Shrinker, which was a part of the Sid and Marty Krofft Variety Hour show in the 70s. And so it was fun to see him too, and yeah, that's pretty much all I was doing. Not much else. And yeah, it's just been a real quiet day today, and I don't have very many high hopes of getting any big orders today or anything really interesting happening. So this could be a very average video today as far as goings on, but you never know. Around every corner is an unexpected surprise. So I'm sure life always has something unexpected in store. So you never know. It could start off slow like this, where we're going to the same place over and over again, and then the very next delivery, all kinds of craziness could ensue. So I think that's what makes creating these videos is what makes them interesting, is that they really are just based in reality, and sometimes they're very mundane and predictable. And then every once in a while something shows up and you're like, oh my God, what's happening? And you get thrown for a loop, Sometimes it's a good surprise, like we'll get cash tips, or sometimes it'll be like a big offer for a really short amount of miles, or sometimes it'll be something funny, like something we're shopping for is a real embarrassing item. But usually, for the most part, I would say the majority of the deliveries are pretty standard. It's just food. Oh, I know. I wanted to tell you guys. I was supposed to be getting my Uber, my Uber card that I used to pay for orders for Uber Eats. I had requested a replacement because mine expires at the end of this month, and I put in an order now over 2 weeks ago for a replacement, and I still haven't received it. So I'm gonna, if I don't receive it by the end of next week, I'll contact support. But the funny thing is that I have not missed having that card at all. I used to do so many Albertson shop orders that it's not my favorite thing to do, but the money's always good. But I haven't missed them. So far I've still been able to reach goal without those Albertson shopping orders. So I'm really in no hurry to get the card, because the moment I activate it, that's when those offers are going to come in again, and I'm going to be stuck driving over to Albertsons and shopping for all kinds of garbage. And it's nice because I do make the money faster, but within my window I still get the $35. So, and the deliveries are a lot easier to make. Oh shoot, this particular drop-off, I believe, is going to be at a gated community, and they've given me no gate code, of course. So I'm going to have to look in my Google Maps and see if I have anything stored in there. Let me open up my Google Maps now so I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Every time, and in that particular community, it's very common for them not to provide the gate code in the instructions. And I don't know why that is. I think it may be a 55 and over community, and so, they're not real with it, with the gate codes. Like, they don't use it, so they don't really know what it is. And, and so I'm hoping that they didn't change the gate code, though, because, I don't know management and how often they cycle through and reset the gate code. So if I can't get in, I'm going to try to contact the customer and see if they can let me in, but I don't know. Or hope somebody's already in front of me or behind me and they let me in. So I'm just going to have to wait and see, because I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But that's the only sticking point right now. Everything so far is flowing. Traffic's pretty normal. The weather's very pleasant, and it's a little after 11 a.m. now, so I only got about an hour left in my day before I take a break and I decide whether or not I want to continue. Maybe I'll just up the dollar amount. I'll do like $10 minimum, $2 for every mile, so I can just start fishing. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. We'll see. The only thing I don't like about doing that, changing the strategy to that, is that I've got to reject even more offers. And I really don't want to just sit around the house babysitting these apps, clicking on the X and the decline all day. I want to just be done so I can shut it down. I do it every day, so it gets so repetitive after a while, and it's like I just want my time to myself. But that's why I do 7 days, so I can work in a really short window. Normally it's the 8 o'clock to, do I turn here? No. Oh, it doesn't have a gate. I thought I was turning here. It's not the one with the gate. We're good. Yay, there's no gate. I thought that's where I was turning. I got my street names mixed up. I'm going to be turning at this particular street coming up. I'm going to be making my left turn, and I got to wait until these cars... Oh, this guy's going slow. That means I can go. Oh, made it. Alright, just another 0.9 miles to go, a couple more minutes. So now we're in a 55 and over community, but this one is not gated. It's all fine. It's easy to access everything. The only problem with this community is sometimes it's hard to get a cell phone signal, and so sometimes I'm out of luck and I gotta improvise on figuring out what to do if there's no signal. which is a pain because it's DoorDash. It's very difficult. It's like, wow, what do I do? How do I take a picture of the picture? Especially now, I only have one phone now that I think about it. I don't have my spare phone. I used to have a trick where I take a picture of the picture on the other phone. Now that I think about it, I don't have that phone anymore. I put it away. I just have the dash cam that I'm using and then my primary phone. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. We'll figure it out when we get there. I know at some point I'm going to encounter that problem again. And I hate to press the button that I handed it to the customer because then I think they're going to try to cheat me and get a free meal. So yeah, I'll have to figure something out the day that happens. What, I don't know at the moment. So we're coming up pretty soon. It's just a quarter of a mile more to go. It's going to be one of these single-story houses on the left-hand side. All the houses in this neighborhood are single-story. I still don't know why people that are over 55 want to live so remote. You would think these people with their health problems, they're older. They'd want to live near a hospital. They want to live like closer to where everything is. It doesn't make any, and living up high on these hills and they have bad hips and arthritis. I don't know. It never made any sense to me that this would be a place for retirement. It's just, it doesn't click in my mind as far as, getting old and reaching those final days of your life. It's going to be this house here coming up right here on the left. It's like a tan house. And, they all look the same. It says right here. They all look the same. What can I say? All right, we're here. Let's drop it. Alright, that's delivered. Ooh, now let's make our way back. All the way down the hill. We got a long drive back, so high probability I'm gonna get something. It's now officially the lunchtime, so it's after 11:06, and how did I get over here? I get so turned around coming up here because visually everything looks the same. So it's always sort of tricky to remember, like, did I turn? Did I do something? Because it's all so similar. I don't think I turned. I think I was just on this road. Let's see. No, I made a left. No, I remember I made a left. Now I remember. This street is going to come to a left or a right option. I'm going to make a right. Okay, I remember now. All these houses, they look so similar to me that there's no obvious landmarks to remember. There's nothing unique about any of these houses. They're all clones of each other. So anyway, so the drop-off went fine. There was just that little dog that went berserk when I got to the front door. And I tried to drop it off as quietly and quickly as I could so the dog would shut up and stop barking so much. So I set it down and then I stepped far away from the door. I walked back, back towards the front of the house, further down the sidewalk, and then snapped my picture, thinking the dog would finally just stop barking because I'm not near the door. But that dog was triggered. That dog was just like, you know what? Danger! There's a stranger at the door, and I need to protect my family. And so he was going berserk. But that was about it. I snapped the picture and just headed back to the car. And it was just that one small bag. It was a real simple delivery. No problems at all. A very standard drop-off. And now it is 11:08 a.m. I only have about 12 miles on the car now. And I'm getting 49 miles to the gallon, which is pretty terrible. For this car, it usually averages about 60. But I think since coming up here, it's all uphill. That throws off the car. It means it has to use the gas engine part of the car more so than the electric battery part of the car. Because this car, as you may or may not know, this car is a hybrid. So it's both a gas car and an electric car. So it will on its own, it will toggle back and forth between using the gas engine and the electric battery motor. So, and I don't do anything to control it. It controls itself. It figures out through its software programming and proprietary patented technology. It figures out on its own what's the best thing to do for at every second of every moment I'm driving it. So it's very smart. These cars are very smart and very reliable because, you know, those Japanese, they're smart. They build good cars, let me tell you. They build them to last a very long time. I've never had a Toyota ever let me down. But I can't tell you how many people I know that had Fords or Chevys or Mitsubishis that have nothing but problems. The only two cars, well, there's 3 cars that I trust. DoorDash, $8.75 for 3.9 miles to go and shop for 8 items. That is $1 for every item. Do I turn here? I think I'm gonna take it. I think I turn here for it. And make sure it's safe. I wanna focus on the road. I hope I didn't go down the wrong road. I think I did. Except, alright. Directions. Okay, see, I went the right way. Alright, let me officially tell you guys about it just as soon as I feel like it's safe to tell you. Oh, I thought I had a stop sign. Oh boy. Let me tell you about this one. Hey, I got something from DoorDash. I'm gonna get $8.75 to drive 3.9 miles to go to Vons and shop for 8 items. Alright, so there's the spiel. Now I'm going to be making a right here, and I'm heading on over to Vons. Let me turn off my Uber Eats. Boy, everything just sort of hit all at once. I wasn't expecting an offer to come in at that moment. I don't usually get anything right there. And it's going to be coming up on the right. Thankfully, I'm always working this area, so the moment I saw Vons, I knew exactly which one they were referring to based on the map. So I turned at the right place, so it worked out. And yeah, it's not that many miles, and I don't know what they're shopping for. Why not take a look-see while I'm driving? Romaine hearts, yellow onion, white onion, post-it notes, cranberry sauce, a red bell pepper, and some Scotch refill gift wrapping tape. Oh, that's going to be pretty easy. There's nothing hard in this delivery and nothing heavy. So I'm good. It is all good. Okay, it's going to be coming up fairly soon, right where this CVS sign is. I'm going to be following this old pickup. Is that a pickup truck? I think that's a Chevy, I think. I'm going to follow them in, and we're here at Vons. Arrive at store. I usually park, when I come in this way, I usually park over here to the left. Let me just kind of scoot past this truck, and then I'll park next to this Defender, whatever the hell that is, and this Hyundai. Let's go in. I think I got everything. The only substitute was minor. It was like they wanted a special Scotch tape. It was specifically for gifts, and they just had the standard Scotch tape. Other than that, it was pretty normal. There was nothing really unexpected. that occurred, so it was all good. And now I'm just going to be backing up out of here, and I'm going to try to go back the way I came in, because I got to make a left turn at the next light. So I'm going to go this way, and it's going to be a house, and it's in a gated community. 2.4 miles from here. Oh, there's no sun. 8-minute drive. Not too bad at all as far as the distance. So I'm gonna make a left here. I don't know if I'm gonna make this light or not. These people are usually seniors, so they usually have really slow reflexes. So I made it. We're on our way to the drop-off, and inside of the market, it was crowded. Everybody was buying Thanksgiving related items, and I wanted to use the regular checkout because I got several items that were produce, and I didn't feel like weighing them, but the lines were too long for the checkers, so I went to the self checkout. And then I just had to use the scanning gun to scan the special code that's in the app that pays for all of the groceries, which I really like because it makes it so easy to check out. So yeah, there were no issues in the store. I don't know if I crashed into anybody today or not, as far since it was crowded. There was one point where I had to leave the cart behind and walk the aisle without the cart because there were so many people in the aisle that I had to leave the cart outside of the aisle and just sort of squeeze in between people to grab what I needed. But that was no big deal. It's like the normal thing you gotta do. And now it's getting cloudy. There's no sun. The sun's not out at the moment, so it's kind of looks a little bit like it's gonna rain, but there's not a lot of dark clouds. It's just enough clouds where it's blocking these white cotton ball clouds are blocking the sun. So the sun should return momentarily. Let me make sure nobody's coming this way. Nobody ever is. And nope, still nobody is. And then it's just 2 bags I have to deliver, and they're not very heavy. The special instructions were leave at my door, call this number in the resident directory at the gate. So that is it. Nothing too hard so far, and I don't know how much money we're at. I've lost track. I think this is the 3rd delivery. The first one was $7.50. The second one was, I believe, $11. So what does that come out to? About $18 and change. And then this particular one was about another $8.75. So let's say it's $9. Oh gosh, here I am at the turn. So hold on, let me think about it. 11. What did I say? 11 and 18. Oh, another car. 18 plus 9. 18 plus 9 is 27. So I'm at about $27. Look at me try to do math while I try to make a turn at this busy intersection. How fun is that, everybody? Look at me. I can do math on command. Alright, the section I'm going to next, obviously they have a gate, but I think I have a gate code that will let me in if I go into my Google Maps. So I'm going to get my app ready to go. This is a big community, so most of the time there's somebody at the gate that's going to let me in. Most of the time. And as you can see, they're doing construction here, because everywhere you go in this town, that's all you see. Everywhere you go is cones, cones, and more cones. The roads are never done, and once they finish the roads, they've got to maintain the roads. And that's all there is to say about it. I'm going to cut through in here because I think it's safe to, and I'm going to make my left turn. The gate is closed. Oh, boo. Okay, let me see if I have a code that might work. Oh, I think they got a new code box. Uh-oh. Let me see. I don't think this code is gonna work. I'm gonna have to call. This code is too old. It's not gonna work. Okay, it's calling. It's calling. We're in. We made it. They responded. They actually saw. That's a new code box. It used to be the old-fashioned one where you do pound, pound, and then you enter the code, but now it's more high-tech, so there was no way for me. Whatever code I had before was not going to work. So yeah, everybody's modernizing now. They're getting rid of them. Every place I go to now is starting to have those ones where it's like a computer screen instead of just a analog call box, which is good, I suppose. I mean, a lot of those ones that are old, they're made out of all metal, and a lot of times in the summertime they get so hot that you burn your fingertips on the metal buttons when you press them when it's 120 degrees out here. So that's an improvement, because my fingers by the end of the day would be my fingertips would get numb from pressing the call boxes, and when it gets just too hot, I keep like a wooden stick in my driver's side door, and sometimes I'll just press the buttons with the wooden stick rather than my fingers, because I don't want to get my fingers to burn. Sometime in the winter time when it's real cold, then I just have gloves on, so that protects me from the icy cold buttons. But in the summertime, nobody wants to wear gloves. It's too hot. So it's gonna be okay. So the drop-off's coming up in 0.1 miles, and it's gonna be on the left-hand side, and it's right at the corner of an intersection. So when the intersection comes up, we know we're there. And it's coming up real soon. I've got to start looking for the house. Is it this one? No. Is it this one? No. Is it this one? No, not yet. It is this one. I see it. I've got to turn around. It's the one with this yellow house and this cute little cornucopia. I've never seen a Thanksgiving decoration before. That's pretty original. Let's drop all this junk off. These people are really festive. They even have an inflatable turkey on the roof. That is hysterical. That is the first house I've ever seen that had inflatables for the Thanksgiving holiday. People normally don't put anything out other than, like the fall leaves or maybe a pumpkin. For fall leaves, decorations. That's the first time I've ever seen a house that had Thanksgiving blow-ups in their front yard. Good for them. That shows that they are really in the spirit of the season. So, way to go. I would say they're one in a million. That is a very rare thing. That means that they're having a good year. They're very happy. So, bully for them. The rest of us, we suck. We're like, I ain't doing no. I already did Halloween. I'm gonna do Christmas. That's enough. I bet you they're even having inflatables for New Year's. I bet maybe they're new to the neighborhood. They moved here and they're just so happy that they moved away from a state with high taxes, and they're just living the life. DoorDash, $11 for 8.5 miles. No. Yeah, that's probably what it is. They're just happy to be living in Nevada where we don't have state taxes, and they're financially doing very well, and where they came from, maybe it was a really high tax state, and they were miserable, and now they're happy. I like to create little stories about people. When you go to the front of their house, you can make up whatever story you want. Sometimes they're out there exercising, they have like a garage equipment, and you imagine like they were a former bodybuilder, and now they're retired and they still want to stay in shape. You create these imaginary scenarios. You know, this person, you know, they used to be a you know, if it's like a elderly lady, she used to be a famous actress and she's retired here. Oh, some people were asking me about that big fight on Netflix with Mike Tyson. They were saying, "Oh, are you gonna watch the big fight?" I'm like, "No." I was watching Edward Scissorhands. I had no interest, and I'm glad I didn't have an interest, because I guess most people couldn't watch it. It was Netflix was overloaded with people trying to watch that boxing match, so everybody that was trying to watch it, it was just freezing on them, so they were not able to really see the show. So that worked out, I guess. Now I'm trying to figure out what's the best way I want to go back. I don't know yet. $3 and a penny for 5.1 miles. No. I don't know if I want to make a right at the next right, or if I want to proceed further. I guess I'll make a right. It's probably a longer way, but it gives me an opportunity to get another Vaughn's order if one comes in, because now I'm headed towards the Vaughn's we were just at. And the other way would have led me to nothing. $10.05 for 10.7 miles. No. Actually, it would have led me to a Starbucks, but at this time of day, the odds of a Starbucks are not very high. Although on second thought, there was also a Del Taco over there, and a few other things that could have come up, but it's too late now. I've made the decision. And this was probably a mistake now that I think about it, because there's hardly any cell phone service going this route. So now that I think about it, this was a mistake. Oh well. See what I mean? You do this job and you try to be strategic in everything you do, but you can't think of everything. There's $6.08, 4.4 miles. No. You just can't think of all the variables. They're endless. If you thought about every single variable, you'd have to have like this really long spreadsheet. And this is what AI will be like someday. Maybe my car will be AI, and I'll be able to plug it into the apps, and it will make all the decisions for me for accepting and rejecting offers and deciding strategically where I should drive, and it will memorize all the codes for me and just tell me. It'll be like my little assistant. I don't think that day's coming. For a job like this that pays hardly nothing, they're not going to put that kind of technology at my fingertips. That's going to be saved for more higher level things. I think the AI is going to put a lot of lawyer assistants out of work, because it's going to be able to handle a lot of like processing of legal stuff. I heard that this one guy used ChatGPT to file a lawsuit against his landlord, and it helped him to figure out what the laws were in his state, and it actually helped him to generate his legal dispute. And then he was able to get all the stuff printed out, and then he filed all his paperwork, and it saved him so much money. I was like, wow, I never thought about that the AI could actually be as intelligent as a lawyer as far as being knowledgeable on the law. Something else is coming in. It is from DoorDash. $8.25 for 7 miles. That's a no. Yeah, it's amazing how technology is just continuing to evolve, and where we're going, I don't know. But we're all just going to have to adapt. There was a time when I was young where I was interested in printmaking, But obviously I couldn't focus on that because that was on its way out, because the computer was taking over the print industry. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to do that then. And then I got into doing commercial art, $7.69 for 15 miles. No. Then I got into doing commercial art, but commercial art was all going to the computer as well. So all the stuff they were teaching me in school to use, like X-Acto knives and kneaded erasers and all the old-fashioned art supplies, those were all on their way out because everything was digital. You didn't need any art supplies. $6.05, 19.7 miles. No. So they were not teaching me anything of any value in school. $7.11, 5.1 miles. No. Which was a total bummer. It's like, well, what can you do? There's nothing you can do. You just hope that what you're learning in school is at least creative enough where you can apply it to technology. Once I got out of school, I just immediately purchased a Macintosh computer, $10.07, 20 miles. No. Yeah, I just got a Macintosh computer and then just taught myself how to use the computer and all the graphic programs, because that was my only choice. There was no other choice. $6.63 for 14 miles. No. Yeah, it's just crazy. And then I had to adapt. And then I when I got into the field of actually working in the real world, all these people were getting laid off. All these people who only did not know how to use the computer. All these older gentlemen who were in their 50s, they were losing their jobs. It was real sad. $5, 3.8 miles. No. So it was a sad time to see people become obsolete in their jobs. $8.02, 8.6 miles. No. So that's probably going to happen again in this next cycle with AI. You're going to see a lot of people's jobs become obsolete. $11, 10.4 miles. No. That's just that's life, people. $4 and a penny, 5.5 miles. No. That's life. Sink or swim. That's life. Sink or swim. You just keep trying to swim and keep your head above the water. And whatever happens in life, you got to adapt to whatever's happening. You can't live in the past, because then you just get depressed. You can't be like, oh, I wish it was like in the old days. Don't do that to yourself. You'll just depress yourself. $7.30, 9.1 miles. No. Something else came in. Oh, it's gone. Yeah. So you just live your life and do your best you can. Be smart. $6.57, 9 miles. No. You gotta just be smart. Try to use your wisdom. Do the best you can. We're all put on this earth, and we just all are just swimming along, trying to stay keep our heads above the water. Some of us are lucky enough where we're flying high in the sky, but for the rest of us, we're all just struggling. $14.47, 10.8 miles. No, we can't. We're not like Jeff Zuckerberg and Elon Musk and all these other people. $6.08, 4.6 miles. No, we're just regular Joes. $10.50, 6.6 miles. No, we're just regular folk trying to get by. We're not going to be like all these other people, these rare individuals. $9.27, 6.6 miles. No, the offers are really pouring in. Unfortunately, none of them are good. Every single one of them, a loser offer. Terrible, terrible, and terrible. Yup. I'm going to probably make it all the way back home with nothing to show for it. That's why I charge $2 for every mile. So that way I'm not upside down in miles to money ratio. I currently have 20 miles on the car. The time is 11:45 a.m. 57 degrees, and I'm getting 64 miles to the gallon. The time is 11:53 a.m. I got an offer from Uber Eats to go to Kubanidad and then to I Love Sushi. I was gonna get $16.30 for 8.5 miles. However, something else better came up from DoorDash, so I took a hit and canceled that offer, And I got something from DoorDash for $22.50 to go to Cheesecake Factory and drive 11.8 miles. So the DoorDash offer was obviously a better offer because I'm just going to one place and going to one customer drop off. Plus it's just a lot more money, and it's still close enough to being $2 for every mile. And that's why I thought it would be worth canceling out on Uber. And my cancellation rate is extremely low on Uber, so I figured, well, I can take the hit to cancel 2 offers and I should be fine. As far as I can recall, the cancellation rate on Uber Eats is really high. I think they let you like 20%. So you only have to have an 80% completion rate to be acceptable on Uber Eats. So I was not sweating it at all. I was just like, goodbye, I love sushi, and goodbye, Kubani Dad. I'm not taking your offers. So this one is really good. It's gonna put a lot of miles on the car. I'm gonna be well over my 30-mile normal limit for the number of miles I like to drive, but it is going to give me a real boost in the amount of money. I'm gonna probably end up with about almost $50 today instead of $35. So it is well worth doing. And then, and of course, this is it. This is Michael Jackson. This is it. I am gonna be done, and then I can go home. And I should have this done within an hour at the latest. So by 1 o'clock, I should be done. I should be back home. So the only real concern I have about this delivery is going to be, is it ready? How big is it? And how heavy is it going to be? Because it seems like a lot of money. I mean, it is a lot of money to be tipped. So that tells me it must be a large order. And of course, I have no idea exactly where I'm going, but I know it's not the Strip. It is just due east of here. So there's no problem with, freeway access and getting back home quickly. So I think I'm gonna be all right. I hope. With this job, you just don't know. So I'm here in the shopping center now for Cheesecake Factory. I'm gonna press that I've arrived at the store, and then I'm gonna just use my psychic powers and assume that the order is still being prepared when I arrived. That way it resolves any kind of problems I'm going to have as far as the app thinking that I'm late, because nothing is worse than the app thinking you're late. So the parking to go to Cheesecake Factory is a real pain. It's quite a long walk from where I'm parking to where I pick up, but it's the only place safe to park. So this is a 30-minute parking spot, and let's go do it. Excuse me. The weight wasn't too bad, and the weight of the food is not too heavy. And the service was friendly at the restaurant, so there were no problems with the pickup, which is awesome. Now comes the bad part. The delivery is going to be to an apartment. And it's going to be to an apartment I have never been to that is very far away. So that is the bad part. That means there's a lot of unexpected, unknown variables that could occur during this delivery. And of course it's a long journey, and I have quite a bit of food items here that I am a little bit concerned with when it comes to their stability in the delivery bag. There, it's a little bit more stable. So yeah, I got drinks on the floor. I've got desserts and a main meal in the delivery box, and the delivery box is maxed out for space. It's a 13-minute drive, 10 miles. It's a leave at the door, and they gave me a gate code. So yeah, but no building number. So yeah, there's a little bit of tension in regards to how easy is this delivery going to be? Or should I say, how hard is this delivery going to be? I really don't know. But I do know that once this is done, I am done. I'm not doing any more. I'm going straight home as soon as this is over. So that is the plus. In fact, let me go into the app and select stop orders after this delivery. All right, I'm good. And I gotta remember there are drinks on the floor. I gotta make sure I don't do any hard turns and flip the drinks upside down while I'm driving, because I'm on the freeway. There's no recovery. There's no way for me to tip the drinks upright while the car is in motion. It's not safe. So that's gonna put I gotta remember not to be braking too hard, or hopefully nobody cuts me off and I have to suddenly slam the brakes on, because the drinks will go flying. And this is I don't really like it when the last delivery is so far away, because I'm in a dead mile all the way back. So in the end, I'm probably going to have about 45 miles on the car when it all is said and done, which is I'm not happy about that. It's like that means I'm only getting almost exactly like $1 for every mile. There really is no bonus to this situation when it's like that. That's probably why too nobody took it. And why I ended up with it is that most drivers at lunchtime, they don't want to leave the hotspot zone where the food is at, because the time it takes to come back from delivering so far away makes it so that you lose time, so that you have less chances of opportunities for good money that's in the hotspot area. The ideal situation is you always stay within kind of like a 4-mile radius of the hotspot, so you can easily pop back once you drop something off. So I'm sure other people before me declined this offer for that reason. They're like, I don't want that offer. It's like that's just $22. I need a lot of drivers, they've got during the lunch hour, they've got to make around $100. And they plan on working lunch, and then they work dinner time. So they're much more strategic than me when it comes to optimizing the money they make. Me, I'm more concerned about miles, not so much about money. So So I don't know who's smarter, me or them. They're probably smarter for making the most money in the day, and I'm smarter maybe because I take offers that are less miles. So. But then I work my schedule whenever I want, and they probably work their schedule when it's the most busy. So if it's slow, they don't work. And me, I work whether it's slow or busy. So it's just different strategies everybody uses, and whatever. It's really about whatever works for you. I'm glad there's no traffic today. The traffic is flowing along just fine. And I'm going to be going on exit 1. And I don't know if I don't think I need to get over. This lane the lane to the right ends up merging with the lane I'm in. So I'll just stay here. And the people on the freeway coming up, they drive so crazy. It's because it's the freeway that takes you to Arizona. And when people get on that freeway, they drive like lunatics. Like they want to get to Arizona as fast as they can. So they drive an extremely high rate of speed on this freeway coming up. And it is so crazy. It's like, calm down, everybody. You got hours and hours before you reach Arizona. Try to drive safe and sane. Don't drive like a Looney Tune, thinking that by going 90 to 100 miles an hour in the fast lane, you're going to suddenly teleport to Arizona. Because you're not. All you're going to do is risk your life for an extra few minutes getting somewhere. That's all you're doing. You're not helping anybody. There goes one. He's like, I'm on my way to Arizona. I got to get in the fast lane. I got to go fast. I'm like, cool your jets. It's not that big of a deal. There's no fire. Your house isn't on fire in Arizona. You don't have to rush to put it out. So we got about another 4 miles to go. It's a long journey. At least it's all freeway. So that's good. So that it's not going to eat up a lot of my time. So I'll be dropping off at 12:16 it says. So by 12:30 I should be on my way back home. I'll probably just take the street back home now that I think about it. Because it's just like it's over. I'm turning everything off and I'm just going to shut down and call it a day. And then just cruise on back on the street, I think. Whoa, don't brake too hard. Brake, 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 brake. Brake, brake, brake. Oh boy. I'm going to be getting off here in 3 more miles. Should I get over one? All these people are going to get off the freeway, so why should I worry? I'll just stay here. Just a bad coincidence. Every single one of these cars decided they're going to get off right here except for me. That's Murphy for you. And so over this way, on this freeway, if you keep going, you'll end up at the, what is that dam called? You know, the big giant Hoover Dam. Hoover Dam is this way. And if you've ever been to the Hoover Dam, it is impressive to see, but I don't know what you could possibly do to spend hours and hours there as a sightseeing trip. I've driven by it many times, and I think when I was Ubering one time, I dropped some people off there, and I just kind of cruised on the road over the Hoover Dam. But you know, it's impressive for how big it is, but as far as like once you get there, it's like, what do you do? It's like the Grand Canyon. I remember I went to the Grand Canyon. It's like, oh, there it is, the Grand Canyon. I was like, now what do we do? We're here. Now what? It's like, I guess we just walk around, take pictures. There was really nothing to do. You just look at the view. So it was sort of not, just like the Hoover Dam, it was not a very stupendous experience, because you know, you've seen it in the internet, you've seen pictures of it. So when you see it in person, I didn't really have a wow experience for the Hoover Dam or for the Grand Canyon. I was just like, yep, here we are. It took us a long time to get here, and that was about the end of the story. Oh great, am I gonna have to get over because of this guy moving with all this junk? I've got 1.4 miles to blow past him, so I think I have enough time. Oh great, this person now decides they're going to do the same thing. You better floor it, guy. Don't go slow. I don't want to have to get over again. 1.1 miles to the drop-off. Come on, guy. Step on the gas. I need to get back over. God, I swear. Murphy's always watching my every move. He's like, I'm ready to cause you problems at any moment. And you can see here in Vegas, all the mountains are brown. There's no green here because, you know, we don't get very much rain. So all of our beautiful mountains are, you know, they're just giant mounds of dirt. That's really all you see. There's nothing really on them. Occasionally, if we get a lot of heavy rain, there will be rain, there will be some green on the mountains, but it doesn't last for very long. I suppose in a way it's a good thing that the mountains are like that, because there's very little risk of mountain forest fires occurring, because there's really not that much to burn. So there's no real risk of like a big forest fire starting and causing a lot of danger. So let's see, I'm exiting here, and then when I get to the light, I'm gonna make a right turn, it says. Alright, well, okay. Oh, this is really foreign territory for me. I'm not real familiar with this area, so I'm gonna have to, I mean, I've been over here for Ubering people around, but not for delivering food. It's very rare that I come out over here. So it says at the light, make a right and then another right. And I just got to make sure I stay patient when I make this turn, because my instinct is to gun it. But of course, see, the light's going to turn red, so I'm going to have to stop. And I don't want the drinks to flip over. And there's usually not a lot of traffic here, so I don't think I'm going to have a problem with cars. No, there's nobody. I'm going to make a right here where this truck is at, this intersection. And I don't see a stop sign for myself, so I'm going to go ahead and make the turn. And then it's gonna be, it looks like these white apartments on the right, and I hope their mapping pin is good, because this is a very, very long row of apartments. I mean, extremely long. Look how long the row is. I would hate to be lost and have to go back and forth to figure out where they are. So it says to make a right and then a left, and then it'll be on the left. So let's see if they are true to form or if I've been tricked. Okay, I'm making the right, and the gate is open, so we're good there. That's happy news. And then I'm going to make a left here, make sure nobody's coming to crash into me. And then there's no obvious signs of where their building is. It just says to make a left here, and then we'll have arrived. So let me see what the apartment number is. Yeah, oh, their pin was right. Boy, that's a shocker. Okay, I wish I could park there, but I can't. Oh, there's a parking spot right here. Boy, I'm lucking out. Can't believe it. A close parking spot? What? Maybe it's because I'm in such a remote part of town. That's why there's hardly anybody that comes over here. Alright, I'm parked. Let's go do it. Alright, we're in business. That was an easy drop off. Ooh, we so lucked out. Oh man. Easy drop offs. Of course I went to the wrong part of the building, but it was not a big deal. It was immediately the next opening to get to the apartment. And it was on the first floor, which was like, wow, the first floor. What a shocker. Normally it's on the third floor, but not today. Today we were fortunate enough to not have to deal with that problem. So, oh man, well, it was all good. I made lots of money today, and I guess I'm happy about that. And it's only 12:18, so once I get back home, it'll be probably about 12:45. So I only worked about an extra hour, so not really bad at all. And of course, yeah, just got to do this long drive to get back home, so see how that goes. And yeah, let me see. Oh, this is a two-way street, two-way stop. Cross traffic does not stop. Got it. All right, come on, everybody. Let's do this. Let's do this, everybody. It's my turn. I'll follow this car. I need to go to the correct entrance. Where is it? I'll follow this guy. He seems to know. All this darn construction, it's hard to tell which way to go. Now, I hope this guy isn't going to try to make a left turn here, because he's going to be in for the shock of his life, because that's a do not enter. He has his blinker on like he's going to make a left turn there. It's like, dude, if you make a left turn there, you're going to get killed. Okay, it's coming up here shortly. And, yeah, here comes the turn to go back onto the freeway back home. And I've got to yield to these other cars because I have a flashing yellow. And of course there's a ton of cars coming. There was like nobody before, and now look at all the cars. Oh, I got the arrow, suckers. See you later. Ooh, man. So yeah, that was easy. I was very happy to hear that, and it basically nearly doubled the money that I had before. And that just goes to show you, you don't know what's going to happen with this job. You have absolutely no idea how much money you're going to make and when you're going to make it. You just turn it on and hope for the best. So it is over. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I got a long way to go, and not much else to say. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you again on the next one. Okay, bye for now.